All right, I see that. All right, everybody, welcome to the West University Historic Zone Advisory Board meeting for July 8th, 2025. We'll get started with a roll call. Uh, Jim Glock,
Present.
Rachel Sarah,
Here.
Greg Stoner,
Present.
and I'm just looking to see, I still don't see Lou. Rick McDonald present, so we have a quorum. I'll make a note when Lou joins us. Okay, item 2 on the agenda, review and approval of the LAR from June 10th. I was absent, but can someone make a motion to approve?
Just Jim Glock, I will move to approve. Good work, Greg. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Greg. Second?
I'll second.
All right, Greg, seconds. All in favor, aye.
Hi.
Jim Glock, aye.
Okay, and I'm going to abstain, but motion approves.
You don't have to.
I think we went through that once before, Jim, and I think I do.
I disagree, but that's okay.
Yeah, I understand. All right. Desiree, I didn't see anything for a call to the audience. No call? Oh, Desiree? Oh, yep.
Did you hear me? Sorry.
No, I didn't.
Okay. We didn't receive any emails or calls from the
Okay.
audience.
Thank you. Okay, so we can move on to the meet. Item 4A on the agenda, SD 0525 00081, 724 North 2nd Avenue. Who is going to be speaking for that?
I'll start that off, Joseph Maher, and then Susan Mulholland will pitch in.
Okay. Do you need to call up? Do you need to have control, Joseph? How are you? Are you bringing up your drawings?
I'm not. It's posted on your website. That could be brought up.
I can, Mr. Chair, I can share my screen.
That would be
Okay.
helpful. Thank you.
I have them up on my screen too.
Well, let Desiree do it.
Okay. One moment. So you all can let me know, how you would like me to move forward or zoom in, anything like that.
I guess we'll kind of play it by ear in terms of the drawings and the presentation. So Joseph Maher, on behalf of myself and Susan Mulholland, I want to thank you for allowing us to present. And thanks to the board for participating, donating time. Yours truly has been on several. I've been appointed to several committees over the years, citizen committees. My favorite one still will be Trees for Tucson, and the mayor has kicked in a million tree program. So we'll be approaching 200,000 trees planted in 35 years. So we're just up and away. It's just unbelievable. So concerning our project for Mark Evers, our client, what you see is what you get in terms of the pictures of the building, of the residents. We're going to try and repair or replace what's the existing character of this building as best as possible. There's brick in front, stucco around 3 sides, and up above is some wood detailing. It's really kind of some neat stuff, and actually has a mountain stone at the base. So we're going to try and emulate that in terms of repairing and replacing it. We're also going to save the roof and repair the roof. It is a raised floor that will retain. It's in very good shape. One of the things we'll have to do is fill in some doors. At some point in its history, it was converted to 4 apartments for students, and judging by the construction and the lack of code compliance, it appears it probably was probably done prior to the building department in the 1960s. This is a 1914 house. And so we'd be filling in the doors and just retaining the front door on this. The interior is terrible, so we'd be gutting the interior and reconstructing it with larger spaces for our disabled client. Be constructing some disabled ramps that also match the character of the building in terms of stuccoed masonry. There's a section, the northeast section of the house is in bad shape, so we'll be demoing that and reconstructing it with stuccoed parapet walls and flat roof behind that, and a new garage, also stuccoed, flat roof and parapet to match the size, character, and height of the east end of the building, which is more of a shed roof. And trying our best to just keep this building alive for our client, who really loves it. This is his dream project, and that's what we're trying to pursue for him. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but windows will comply with the energy. They'll be installing windows that are code compliant, energy code compliant, that'll match the style of the area and of the residents. Susan, you want to take over?
Sure. So I don't know if anybody has any questions, but the purpose of this house is really to design it so that the new owner can use his wheelchair throughout. So that's why we're expanding that and adding the ramp. We're going to try and make sure that the ramp matches all the details and the colors of the house so that we can make it look as much like it belongs there as possible. The color selection is based off of some historic references, but also in compliance to some of the homes that are in the neighborhood, particularly across the street and around the block. I know, Desiree, if you want to go to those pictures on the map, you could see the houses. I think it's up on the front. So these are the houses directly across the street. This house happens to be on an alleyway, and so the south side of the house faces an undescribed alley and the back side of a bunch of other homes. But the house next door to it, across the street, are both in very good condition, and they are the colors will be complementary to those homes. I don't know if anybody has any questions I can answer about the location or the neighborhoods around it. I'm sure this house has been vacant for quite a while, and I'm sure the neighbors across the street from it would like to see it remodeled. It's and if I lived across the street from it, I'd consider it a pretty bad addition to my neighborhood. It's definitely not one of the best looking examples of the homes in this neighborhood, for sure.
Okay. I think the board members have had a chance to look at the package that was submitted, and I'm assuming there are going to be a few questions. So why don't we just kind of open it up to the board members for some Q&A?
Can we, Desiree, can we go back to the window schedule, please? Okay, everything looks good. And then scroll up. So the reference to aluminum is the garage door.
There's two.
And okay, so and then the sliding glass door. I guess where is that? I couldn't quite follow that.
It's on the north side. Opens out to a small porch that we've added on the north side.
Can we go to can you show us where that's going to be?
Yeah,
it's right. Yeah, there you go.
That's the porch. And
did you want to see where it is on the pictures?
That's fine. It's part of the new construction, right?
It's part of the new construction on the northeast side. We had to kind of rebuild some poor construction, but went ahead and also added a small porch at that location.
Can we go back to the site plan? So that sliding glass door is in here.
Yes, that's it.
Would be over here, right? Oh, over here. That's the overhang.
So it's not seen from the alley and it's not seen from Second Street, correct?
That's correct.
And it's also not a change to the existing building. It's new.
Right.
Right?
That's really. Hmm.
It's a nice view of the Catalinas from that porch.
Yeah.
So, other questions from board members? Rachel, Jim, Greg, Lou?
Can we just touch on all the materiality again? I know you talked about the colors, but can we talk about what, stucco, textures, shingles, what are you proposing?
For the shingles, we're going to try and match the existing shingles that were there, that are the asphalt shingles that are recommended in the West University guidance for remodeling homes. And then as far as the stucco texture, it's hard to define that based on what's existing because this house has been modified so many times, but we will keep it within the style that's described in the inventory that was taken in 1979. So if you go, Desiree, down to where the colored renderings are.
So, okay.
So it's the asset. So it'll be new asphalt roof shingles to match the existing, and then the stucco will also try to match what is existing from what we can determine. If you saw from the original existing pictures, it's kind of hard to tell what texture it is because it's been slapped. There's been a lot of very bad repairs done to this house, and so it's hard to determine which is existing, which isn't. The stucco that's kind of in the portico area and the entry space is probably the best indication of what the original stucco looked like.
And is this just like a attic grill or?
Yes.
What? Yes, yes.
And that's existing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Would you mind summarizing the window materials? Because I know, so I actually did a site visit of the property and Mr. Maher and Ms. Mulholland came into our office as well. So we had a few discussions on the window materials. So just, yeah, if you can kind of go over where you landed with the windows.
We landed with the vinyl windows.
No, we didn't. These
No,
are
I
the
hope not.
original. These
Says
aren't
wood.
vinyl. These are
Oh, the original. Okay.
these are the aluminum clad windows with the wood on the interior.
Oh, forgive
So
me. Yes.
these are not vinyl windows. They are
Yes.
as they're described in the description, and the look and the feel of the windows will be the same as the existing windows when you walk by. They'll just look better because they'll be intact and not the windows have been broken into, and our client has had TEP come and try and help board him up because he's disabled and unable to get over to the property to take care of it properly. So that's why in that first image that you saw of the front facade of the house, there's a big piece of plywood over the top of one of the existing windows.
Right.
You were able to find windows that matched the existing openings.
I'm
Say
sorry.
that again. I'm sorry.
Were you able to find windows that match the existing openings sizes so they won't have to like expand the openings or?
They're basically custom windows, custom size windows, period.
Yeah,
Anybody that's the nature of the industry now. They can custom size anything, and a lot of the windows are different sized all over and different materials we're dealing with around the house for sure.
right.
But the intention is to have all of them will be the wood clad aluminum, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and then is there new doors besides the sliding glass doors? What are those gonna be?
The front door will be new because the existing one's in poor shape, but trying to still match the architecture of what is there in terms of the lights and pattern.
And wood.
Yes. Mhm.
Actually, why don't you just scroll down, Desiree, just to the door schedule real quick? Or up? Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, so all the doors,
It's mostly interior doors that are reflected here.
yeah, a lot of interior doors. I'm just trying to find exterior doors, but I mean, notwithstanding the sliding glass door and the garage door, all the doors are going to be wood.
On the interior as well as the front door, yes.
Right, okay. You're eliminating a number of doors on the exterior, and Joseph, I know you had said that probably they were added later to accommodate this thing being an I don't know, multi-residence kind of place. Do you have any? In fact, I'm sorry, Desiree, could you just scroll up just a tiny bit? I want to look at the. I'm sorry, scroll, I guess, down. Yep, there. So the south elevation, you're eliminating the porch, right? In the existing south elevation, just putting a wall there, sealing it off and making that living or making it interior space. And you're eliminating the door on the far left and putting a window in there. And you're also eliminating the door. I see where you're putting the utility closet. Have you guys had an opportunity to do any research to verify that those doors weren't originally there, that they're in fact scabbed
We only
off?
have one picture, and that was what was provided in the original inventory, and that's provided at the very bottom that shows the
No,
front
that only
facade.
shows the front elevation. I understand that.
We
Yeah.
never did find any other information on the house. It was noted as just part of the inventory collection, and it was considered a moderate example. It wasn't considered a great example of the houses of this period in this neighborhood. So the description and the inventory was not very detailed, and we haven't been able to find any other information on this house. And my thought is this has been modified multiple times since 1915. And when the inventory was taken in 1979, it was also after that probably purchased and modified again.
And that may be true. That may well be true. Probably is true.
There are no permits of any kind for this building to suggest that there was 4 units. The only thing that it had was multiple addresses.
Yeah, a lot of the bungalows that were built in the West University neighborhood back in the 1920s had multiple entrances to them. I mean, my home, for example, had 6. So Rachel knows that well. And so that there are extra doors, it could well be that they were added after the fact to make it into something else, but it also that wasn't uncommon in the neighborhood, I guess is what I'm saying. I don't know, Rachel, do you have any thoughts on getting rid of the doors?
It feels like we're getting rid of a lot of doors
Yeah.
and, you know, this detail's going away. Um, my guess is, you know, this is the original house. You know,
Right. That's what I'm thinking too.
and then this was added on,
Right.
but, you know, I don't love that changing from what was there. It's hard to know since we don't know when these additions were added, if they are significant or not. It doesn't seem like they were, as they weren't really indicated in the inventory sheet. So I'm less concerned about, you know, this portion.
That portion looks inconsistent with the rest of the building.
Right, that's why I don't know that that's as important to preserve. But this to me feels really out of place.
Yeah, the design of that utility room, or I call it utility room, mechanical room, um, is pretty, I mean, why is it 12 feet tall?
To be able to put ductwork through into the house.
Yeah,
We're working on the existing roof, and the roof is a strange construction of the time. It's not typical trusses. They kind of piecemealed it. So I'm trying to stay away from harming that by sending ductwork up into that roof, by putting the utility room outside for that. What have you, just eliminating the possibility of disturbing the structure in what we're doing inside, as well as preserving more space for as spacious as possible, large rooms, what have you, inside. And the exterior doors are in stupid locations that really affect the interior design, as well. It's a safety issue on this alley, and if you've been there, you've not been there. This alley is in poor shape and looks like a slum. I'm trying to get the city to repave it. I was with TEP the other day to try and get some of the power lines under control. Most of it, unfortunately, is Cox and the other people that provide wires that are all unused, and so it just looks terrible.
and it's a common problem in the neighborhood. If you can get your unnamed alley repaved, let me know. I'll be calling the same number and asking for the
Well,
same.
I'll be pushing for that in any other alleys. It's a little strange to get
So-
around the university like that.
I get everything you're saying, but I think I'm kind of, you know, visually it seems to me like Rachel had described that the building, when you look at what she drew in the large squares, that seems to likely be what the original building was. And we're trying to preserve kind of the original and then make sure everything you add is, you know, distinct but consistent with our guidelines. And it makes logical sense, listening to what you're saying, that those doors that you're eliminating are in odd places, certainly with respect to the way you're trying to use the building now. But they are on the part of the building that is, you know, the original contributing structure. And we usually try and find evidence of any kind at all whatsoever, that those doors were scabbed on inappropriately after the fact, that the architect would say, what are those doors doing there? I never meant to do that. Sometimes that requires going on the inside of the building and knocking out some of uh, the interior wall, and seeing what the framing looks like as evidence.
With all due respects, this was there's no information that this was originally a boarding house.
I understand that you
And
can't
the
find
doors in
such
my mind,
information.
and looking at the construction, they were added later to create this kind of thing. They're in incorrect locations. We need windows on this side, on the south side of this building, and not doors. And it's a safety issue, as well as a disabled person, he can't use them. We'd have to put ramps at every door. So it's a little it'd be a little tough to try and accommodate doors we don't need.
Boy,
I also,
Looking at the
sorry, Jim.
existing south side elevation photograph with the pink door and the 3-pane windows and the USB patches, that could have been a porch, and they pushed it out. Could that be the case, or am I just anyway? There's no way to, again, no way to tell.
Well, by visually looking at these pictures, yes.
Yeah, I mean, the pictures kind of lead me to believe with this. Well, I mean, I'm flipping through my own window of the photos. So,
So Joseph, did you have an opportunity to look at the Sanborn maps from the 1940s to see what the footprint of this house originally was?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Very light.
Did you have an opportunity to look at the Sanborn maps from either 1919 or 1940s to see what the footprint of the house was?
I have not. Perhaps Susan has looked, but you are correct. Is that eastern portion with the more of a shed roof appears to be an addition at some point
Right. It
because
would be
the
very compelling to see there is the 1919 maps. This building was built, you said in 1912. Is that what I remember?
1915. 15 is
1915.
what's on the inventory.
So it would be obvious from the Sanborn maps whether all the things that we're concerned about were part of the original building in the first place at all.
well, it appears to because we've retained it that there is an existing east wall that's right there where the shed roof hits the pitched roof, and so that is an addition there to the eastern portion at some point. Although it still matches the construction of appears to be brick mason with stucco over the top, and wraps around has different windows around this area that look on different dates, but definitely a long time ago.
shoot.
Yes, this recess is where two of the doors are to go to two of the apartments.
Yeah,
Can't see the doors. The doors are to the left and to the right.
I see that from the elevation.
I think part of what has me more thrown about that little section too is this little piece is just the parapet roof feels like such a disconnect.
Yeah, it's a very
Between the
big, it
historic-
bothers me.
I don't know if maybe we'd be more amenable to it going like this. Also, in your floor plan, that is shown as a pair of doors that would open like this, rather than the two separated. And so I'm not sure which is the correct.
It's probably a pair of doors that'll be
Okay.
put in.
Well, yeah, I think what Rachel's talking about is your floor plan drawings have a different opening than what you show here. In fact, it's not only a different opening, but they're
If my drawings were ever perfect, I would probably go to heaven.
well,
Same, I think I would die.
unfortunately for us, we have to approve a set of things. So that might be an inconsistency that y'all need to correct.
What would you prefer? What do you see?
Well, I think the thing I struggle with, and maybe Rachel does as well, is the overall shape of that pop out in the first place. It just doesn't look like, it looks strange on that building. I mean, I understand that you need to have a mechanical room. I get it. And many of the buildings around here nowadays have those in, but that one just kind of is an odd shape for where it is.
Well, this is not the front elevation. This is the south
I understand,
side
but
elevation.
you know, as you probably well know, whether you can see it from the street or not is not really germane to the way we have to review changes that you make to the contributing structure.
Yeah, one of the biggest things is not changing openings on the main existing historic piece. And so looking at the floor plan, and I know we're not supposed to be designing things for you, but I think, I mean, if this could potentially get shifted to be here so that it's not in the sort of area of the main historic building, but it was in where it's an addition. And then you could keep this original, what I'm assuming is original based on its floor height, and the stucco detailing that's there seems more original, whereas that falls off on the original, the stuff that's, we don't know, and we're assuming this was an addition. I feel like these are probably more likely to be original. So, and I see that that is a bathroom there, so it's like, hey, we don't want a door there, but something that we allow people to do a lot is to, you know, keep that opening or keep that door there, but you have a wall on the inside. So from the exterior, it still appears the same. You're not losing that historical integrity, because that is part of what the history is that this probably was a boarding house at some point. I know we don't have any proof of that, but that's what a lot of these houses were, why they had so many entrances and things all the way around. And so I think that's something, this proposed south elevation, I just don't think it really meets the guidelines, and this, you know, flat parapet piece in what I think is clearly, you know, the existing historic building, this feels really out of place to me.
Yeah.
Especially since it protrudes from the existing wall, correct?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
By
if it could be moved to the east, where the additions were constructed, that might be easier to
yeah, just outside the master closet.
accept. I see the need for, I mean, a mechanical room, but it kind of fooey.
So if I do something, folks, if I do something with the mechanical room, you're still suggesting I'm still stuck with a door there, a fake door on this
Well,
Or a
south
fake
side.
door.
Fake
yeah.
door, yeah. And unfortunately, I understand your concern. It can be a fake door. What Rachel's bringing up and what we do a lot in these historic neighborhoods is for the original historic building, we retain features that aren't functional. You know, sometimes people put a kitchen and there's a window there they don't want, and we keep a window, but the window in fact is a dummy. There's
Can I take away the steps?
I'm think. What do you think about the steps? The steps.
I don't want someone walking up to that door in some fashion.
Well, it won't open. But
No, it's not going to have any hardware.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
Shoot.
there is a little bit of, you know, Disney World aspect to what sometimes we have to do to accommodate what you want to do on the interior and what we need to accommodate on the appearance of the exterior, if that makes sense. And so that's an example, and we have had several times had to do that with some of these renovations where the interior design you guys want to do, which is fine, you can do whatever you want on the inside. From a historic point of view, we don't want to take away from the way the original building originally looked. And
All right, I understand. But I also recall, having been at Disneyland 45 times, that Disney was a genius and the rest of us are not. So we have to do what we do. But I understand. That can be remedied.
Since we're on the south elevation, you know, I have two other comments, and I'm going to poke back at Rachel for some help on this one. So the door that goes currently into the family room, the door on the far left, you're taking that away as well. it does seem to me as strange, Rachel, that there would have been a door right next to the fireplace.
Yeah, I think I'm more okay with that one maybe becoming a window, so it's
Yeah.
symmetrical.
Symmetrical,
It
right?
will
That's-
still be, I mean, it's not quite symmetrical, they're different sizes, but I think them still being an opening there is important.
Yeah, which they're preserving.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised to find when they tear the inside out that there was not a door there originally.
Yeah, I agree.
And then I didn't see a plan view drawing in the package, Joseph, but if I look at the new south side elevation that we're looking at right now, the roof, it looks like you're building a pitch roof.
Yeah, that's a mistake that I did not
So this
correct. What
drawing
you
is
see,
incorrect.
yeah, we're still
Okay.
retaining, unfortunately, that existing flat, more of a shed roof that's over the eastern portion.
So the colorized rendering that you have is representative of what you're doing. This drawing is not.
That is correct. Thank you. Yeah, Susan's better than me.
Okay. So we're probably going to need to have the drawings have to be consistent.
Sure.
And you're going to go from here after, depending on how things go tonight, to plans review subcommittee, and then we're approving a set of drawings. So, we can't be, you understand. Okay. Okay. So this drawing is an accurate representation of what you're intending to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that is a good thing to note, because like we said, we're assuming, that is the original.
Right.
So keeping that roof sort of separate, I'm definitely more okay with that than.
I'm okay with that too. So that's, what we're all saying is this, all the new stuff, when you're looking at the south elevation, for example, all that stuff to the right of where the roof pitch comes down. I mean, our guidelines are that all the new that isn't part of the original needs to look like it's distinct, right? There's an obvious demarcation. If you had continued the roof across the way the other drawing was, I would have had a hard time with that.
I have a question. Is this just a stuccoed wall? It's just a different color stucco?
Oh, yeah, I was going to.
And this little thing?
That's the ramp, the disabled ramp, and that'll be masonry and stucco to
Okay,
match
will
the
be
character.
stucco. Okay. Yeah, I see the ramp beyond, but I wasn't sure what this was indicating. Okay.
Oh, that is down. Did you say there was no floor plan? There's a floor plan in this package.
I didn't say floor plan. I said plan view, so I can't tell what the roof lines are.
Roof plan.
He wants a roof plan.
Oh,
Isn't there? We didn't put a roof plan in.
There's no roof plan in the package we have.
okay. No.
All we have are
did not-
these elevations to look at, and they're not consistent or they're hard to interpret.
Well, there's the one minor mistake with the roof line, and that's that southern elevation. But the colors, the colored renderings are correct.
Okay, I'm still a little bit unclear on if we go back to those color renderings really quick, Desiree, sorry. So the intention is, because it's another thing that's different from the color renderings and the elevations. On the elevations, it looks like there's stucco like this, and then like a vertical handrail or vertical railing. And that railing wraps around on the other sides, like sort of what's happening right here. And I just want to make sure we know what materials we're
At
looking
the
at.
porch at the porch is a railing.
Okay,
At the ramp, that is has sides that are masonry and stucco.
Okay,
For-
so we
for-
could get that clarified with in
Yeah.
a little text box that says what that material is. That would be helpful.
for the
Um,
railing.
I thought I described that in the dissertation on the front sheet, but okay.
Well, no,
Well,
if it's
the thing is,
there,
we're approving the set of drawings, and the drawings shows two different things, so we need them to match.
Okay. I can't,
And I get
I
it.
mean,
I make drawings all the time, and we have all kinds of issues that pop up every time. So I'm not, it's just part of the process. We just want to know exactly what it is that we're going to be approving, whether it's what's happening in the rendering or the elevations. So,
and to that end,
Uh,
just to, I know you're going to correct it, but so the railing is what? Is it going to be
At
What
the
is it?
porch is a metal railing.
a metal railing, wrought iron, with a handrail and then, rails every 4 inches or something like that? Is that just
Yeah,
a
to match the code for 42 inch railing. That's, yeah, pickets at 4.
pickets at 4? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, pickets
Probably,
at 4. Right.
probably a wood top handle on it.
And that's fine. Where Rachel and I are kind of going, beating a dead horse, is it just needs to say that somewhere in the drawing package.
So you need a description on the railing on the north side, what the railing is?
Yes.
yeah, well,
Anything
essentially
exterior.
all materials need to be labeled on the elevations.
Correct.
So, handrails, windows, doors.
Right.
So some keynotes maybe that just kind of list what everything is. You can say, wood clad, aluminum window, things like that. That way we're not having to scroll back and forth between the pictures and figure stuff out.
Right.
Okay.
And it's specifically, I mean, the renderings are very helpful, don't get me wrong, but it's the elevation plan views that we're really concerned about, making sure the detail is in there. And that, yeah, I see that. That looks like it's at the very bottom there, but that looks more like the pickets and railing that
Yeah, that's what it was
describes, just
trying to-
doesn't
Okay.
specifically describe the material or the material of the handrail itself.
All right.
Even calling out materials that you aren't changing, like the brick, things like that are helpful, just so we know what everything is. Just say it's existing, no change, things like that help. So. I don't know that I have any other questions.
Okay. Let me wrap back around to the other board members. Jim, any other questions from you?
This is a courtesy review, or is this a review?
No, it's a formal review.
Notification? I'm sorry,
Formal
full review. So I guess my question is to the rest of the board is, do you think that we can somehow craft a motion to move this forward and have our issues addressed? Which
I
is kind
think
of,
so. I don't know
I
that
think-
it's that complicated. I think we want to see the utility room shift and the elevation and plan inconsistencies just ironed out. Most of it's just making sure all the materials are called out on the. I don't know.
We're okay with
Anyone else
the
have a-
aluminum sliding glass door on the side.
Well, that can be changed to match the windows.
It would be nice to see that be the wood clad also.
Yeah.
Um,
Generally speaking, the guidelines for exterior doors call for wood or wood clad.
Because it's not on the main historic, I'm more,
I know, I'm kind of wiggly on that myself
yeah.
for that reason. So Lou, if that had been part of the main contributing building, I'd be hard over on that. I'm not sure where I sit on that. Since
Are they
it's-
open to doing French doors instead?
It's just, right now, we're addressing all of the openings for an ADA compliancy and someone in a wheelchair. And if we open them with French doors, we're not, right now,
You're not
even with
ADA
the
compliant,
sliding
yeah.
glass, even with the glass door, it's going to be difficult for him to open them. But if he has a helper or healthcare assistant, they'll be able to pull the door open, and then the doors won't be swinging in his way for access.
Well, I think we need to respect ADA guidelines. I just am not familiar with what they are.
It's really just making sure it's accessible so that the person in a wheelchair is able to utilize it. This is not a public space. It's a private residence. So we want to make sure that the person who's in the house can utilize his home.
Okay, well, since
I've
it's not
never
part,
really thought of French doors as not being accessible. Because you just need to have like the pull and push, the proper amounts on either side.
I
So
know
don't-
that, but the concern really right now is making sure that he can access the house and not incur any more costs that he's going to have to make this a livable space. And if it is on the remodeled end of the home, or the non-historical part of the home, I don't know if that's a necessary change that we would have to make. I mean, I get it for aesthetics. I mean, it would be nice to have French doors there, but I think from his perspective, he would prefer to have sliding
Well, and
luminous doors.
aren't there wooden sliding doors?
Mhm. Yeah, you can get wood clad. It just, if you actually want that to be accessible, it would have to have a 30-inch clear, which makes it a really large door. I didn't
Yeah.
look and see what it was.
is it drawn that way?
It looks big on the drawing.
It does look big, so it's probably,
So, and I,
yeah,
and
6'8" or 6. So yeah, it should work. I've never thought of a French door as not being accessible. So
Yeah,
No,
I
no,
mean,
no,
I
can-
haven't had to deal with that specific thing with a client saying that doesn't work, but in terms of ADA guidelines, I've never encountered someone saying a French door is
well,
not accessible.
I think given that you can get a wood clad sliding door, why don't we just say sliding door is fine, it just needs to be wood clad, because the guidelines are not,
I mean, we've
guidelines
allowed
are-
sliding doors before. I think we just want the materiality to be correct.
right. I think we have as well, and I think it's the material issue and being consistent with the guidelines.
Yeah.
And given a wheelchair bound spouse, I'd rather address a sliding door than a
I-
swinging door.
I'm not objecting to the sliding, I was objecting to the
Yeah.
material.
Okay, well then they make slide. Okay, so
Good to know.
yikes.
It's something I haven't come across yet, so learning something new every time.
Now, I would have a problem with the sliding doors if they were on the contributing part, but they're
Yeah,
not.
I agree.
We're fine.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is the utility room and then getting the materialities just called out consistently.
Right.
But it seems like the color elevations that we're on now are the most accurate. And so if we could just get that stuff nailed down, I think we're okay.
Okay. All right. So let me move on to Greg. Do you have any other questions or concerns? Greg?
Peter doesn't want me to hit the unmute button.
Ah, there you go. Yeah.
Doesn't let me. So, no, if that utility room gets moved, I think that's the one thing I was kind of hung up on, is having that on that portion of the existing contributing structure.
Okay. All right.
Everything else, I really laud this project. It's gonna be really nice when it's done.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And don't take anything we're saying the wrong way. We're all happy you're doing this, trust me. Um, and then Lou, any other comments from your side?
No, sir. I was just checking my understanding of that particular door. The rest of it seems right.
Okay. Okay, now, anybody brave enough to venture a motion?
With help, I'll try.
Okay,
So I basically see three things. And I'm going to quickly generalize them and then you guys can help me with specifics. But we got the utility room. We want to see that moved to a portion of the addition as opposed to the original structure.
let's call that a mechanical room.
Thank you. Mechanical. We'd like to have the aluminum sliding door to be a wood clad door. And then we'd like references to be consistent between drawings and to clearly and I don't know.
Materiality.
For example, the picket railing on the ADA ramp. So, but I don't know. I don't want to do a for example. So I just kind of want to.
Well,
I don't have, but those are the three basic things that I've heard, and I kind of want to do them in such a way that they can move forward to PRC and not have to
Right.
come backwards. So help me
Well, I
with
think
this
we need
last
to
one with
explicitly-
respect to dealing with the references between the elevation drawings and the drawings we're seeing on different sheets. So
I appreciate your help, and for some reason I figured the colored renderings would be more important than my simplistic drawings.
yeah, no, that's fine. I'm kind of asking for other board members' help in putting together the language that
all
I'm
right,
gonna.
we're doing a little discussion before we do a motion, which is
Yeah.
fine.
So
I
So
think,
Thank you.
Just
I think-
correction of the roof line on the
Mhm.
drawing.
yeah, I think the actual architectural drawings, elevation drawings, not the renderings, need to be representative of what you're planning on doing. So where the renderings are correct, they just need to be reflected back in the drawings. I think we agreed that the change of a door to a window on the south elevation left side is okay, but on the center of the south elevation where the utility room, mechanical room currently is, we need to see a dummy door of some kind because there probably
False
was
door.
a door there, a false door. Okay.
wait. So the door to the window on the south side.
In the center there.
So,
the-
someone point to that, please, for me.
So if you
It's below the pitched roof.
so you see the south elevation, Jim.
Got it. Yeah. No, I understand that.
That door needs to be, we're going to take the mechanical room and move it over to where the master bedroom, that blank
Right.
wall is, right?
Right.
Right. And then we're going to, that door that Rachel just drew over there on the far left,
Right.
we're going to go ahead and let that be converted to a window.
Correct.
Probably was that.
So then nothing needs to be said in relation to that.
Yeah, that's just being
That's
improved as
correct.
presented.
That's correct.
Okay.
But
And
the
so it's-
door in the
and so-
center, under the parapet, under the vent,
Got it.
should remain, and it can be
Remain a door.
a non-functional door.
Well, we can let them choose how they want it to be. If they want to somehow make it functional, that's fine, but door
Well,
to
I think
remain under.
I think we're okay with it being non-functional. I
Under
believe the architect
vent.
is
Oh,
saying
okay.
it can't be functional given what they're doing with the interior floor plan, which is
Okay.
fine.
Okay. I think I might have it. You ready?
Okay, and the roof line on this drawing, you're going to change on the south side to reflect what's in the rendering.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, go for it,
All
Jim.
right, just a sec. Hang it. Boy. All right, let's see if I can pull this off. So I would move that we approve the drawings as submitted with the following conditions. That the mechanical room be moved eastward to the addition, that the double doors shown on the mechanical room, and that the mechanical room where the mechanical room was shown on the south elevation drawings be the original door that can be, that's under the vent, needs to remain but can be non-functional. That the sliding that the sliding door as shown on the schedule is aluminum be wood clad. That references in the drawings be consistent with the renderings generally, where they are not, where the rendering prevails. I think that might be it. What'd I miss?
Materials.
The roof line.
Oh, and that the roof line shown on the drawings be consistent with the renderings.
Did you all want a roof plan that came up earlier in the discussion? Or
I don't think
is it-
so. I think as
Okay.
long as
A
the,
roof plan should be part of the package, yes.
you think so? Okay.
Yeah.
And that a roof plan should be included in the drawings.
Your meeting with the PRS will go easier if you have one, and I'm
That's
sure
true.
you do.
We actually originally had that, and I think I pulled it out. I
Yeah.
actually had a photo of the existing roof, aerial photo is what I had.
Yeah.
We pulled it out.
But I'm sure you have a drawing of what this future.
Oh,
roof- Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And just that should be in the package.
Okay.
Yeah, my CD set is 55 sheets.
Yeah, it's it's complicated work. Okay,
Okay, so
we have a motion. Do we have a second?
This is Rachel, Sarah, I second.
Rachel, second. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? We have a motion, second, all in favor, aye?
Jim
Aye.
Block, aye.
Rachel,
Rachel, Sarah, I.
Rachel,
Oops, but Nagel, aye.
okay. Okay. Good luck, guys. Thank you.
Good work, Joe. Good work, Susan.
Thank you very much.
We look
Thank you for your
forward
help.
to having this slide through.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Moving on, we have a courtesy review for 502 East 4th Street, TP PRE 0525-001-102, construction of a new garage. Bill or Krista, or who's speaking to this?
I can speak. I'm Bill Mackey, the architect, and Krista Hunter she can speak too. She's the
Okay.
Sometimes.
All right, Bill, go for it.
All right. Can you see the PDF?
Yeah.
So the project is located at the corner of 4th Street and 3rd Avenue at the southeast corner of that intersection, located here where this red line is around. And this little red square or rectangle is going to be the location of a proposed garage, one-car garage. And the blue line identifies the development zone for the area. This is then showing all the contributing properties within the development zone. And you can see basically everything's, all the main structures within this development zone are contributing to the district. But you also can see a lot of outbuildings that are not. There's photographs. This is looking along Third Avenue
Third Avenue.
to the west. The south end is on the lower left-hand corner, and the north end is on the upper right-hand corner. A lot of walls on the west side of the street, and then you can on the north portion of the west side of the street, and then this is the side of the street that the house is on. You can see the house has a wall for the whole run of the property all the way to the alley. And then the houses continue on. You can see a bunch of low walls then continue on south of the alleyway. Here's the corners that are kitty corner to the property, and then here it is along 4th Street. And so the front of the house is on 4th Street, with the rest of the kind of front here along the south side. This is a sheet just showing all the kind of accessory structures that are within the development zone. None of these are contributing or listed as part of the development zone. And then I rode my bike around the neighborhood for a bit, because I knew that there were a lot of projects that were like this, of what they want to do. And there's a lot of these corner properties that have kind of the main entrance of the house facing north or south. And then along their kind of side elevation along the other street, they end up having these garages. And so I found four.
Right.
And none of these are in the development zone. Some are, closer than others, and I have the locations of these. And a few of these are not listed. A few is one's not contributing, and then one is contributing. Just to give you, this is kind of what she's doing,
Right.
what they're doing at the property. And so here's a look down the sidewalk. Left to right is, moving south. And this is where the location of the accessory garage will be. And then here's an aerial showing the development of the property over time. The light blue, the primary structure. In 2018, Leo Katz put a addition on the south side of the building. And then the next year he put a pergola there. And then down here in the corner is an existing kind of guest house that is actually not listed as part of the contributing. It's not a contributing part of the property. And then here's some photographs showing the addition with the existing house behind it, and then pergola. Here's the primary structure. That's the existing house, the original house, and then the pergola behind it. And then the project site kind of showing that. So here's a plan. North is to the left. 4th Street's running left to right. And so we'll remove the site wall just to the south of kind of a walk up, and then put in a proposed garage at the property line, with some stairs that go down into it. There will be a new wall built between the garage wall and the column, just like there was. And then a single 8-foot wide garage door. And this is the west elevation, is how it'll look. The pitch on the roof is going to be the same as the pitch that's used at the existing guest house. And the details are similar to what was at the existing guest house and the original structure and the Leo Cat structure, where basically there's like 2x6 tails that come out like 24 inches from the face of the stucco wall. They're exposed wood, like truss tails, and then asphalt shingle on top of that with just a little bit of metal flashing there. And then these are some sections so you can see how it fits on the site. There's a grade change between the sidewalk and the site, which has made this a mildly challenging design problem. And then here's the elevations that you'd see if you were in the yard.
So the garage door will be more or less flush with the existing wall.
It'll be flush with grade at the sidewalk.
No,
The
I meant
bottom of
it's
it.
going to be, the door itself will be flush with
Yes.
with the wall. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah, there you go. Right. All right. I got it.
If I can just cut in for 1 second, existing on our property is a shed.
Yeah.
So we're basically going to replace the shed and cut a hole in the 3rd Avenue wall.
Yeah.
So we're taking up nearly identical volume. We are going to take up maybe 3 or 4 feet additional structure to the east. That would be up in this drawing. So there is an existing property or an existing structure there, but
Right.
we were just gonna put it to the wall.
you can
Right.
see it.
You kind of see it
this
in those
photograph.
pictures there. And I think Krista and Bill, when you do the formal review, the formal package, it'll help you if you specifically say, I have an existing building and I want to demo it, so we can say it's okay to demo that building, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so include that in there. It's not explicitly included in what Bill's showing us right now, but I do know there's a building there.
Okay.
And you want
To
us
be honest, I don't
to-
know if that shed was what the status of that shed is.
It doesn't matter, you're gonna demo it, so just have us all say, cool.
Yeah, say that it's allowed, because I have a garage recently that was not special, but we needed to get special demo permits. and all
Otherwise,
that
you
for
gotta
it.
get
So
separate
have
permits.
us approve it now, and then you don't
Right.
have to go back and do it
Right.
again.
And I think, I assume you're butting up against the lot line too. So specifically say you want 0 lot line.
Yeah, and then do you have any, I'm looking at the aerial on just Google Maps. Do you have any that have a 0 lot line that you can point to as?
Not in
Impressive.
not in the development zone on
Okay.
4th Street, but there are 0 lot lines along the alleyway that are adjacent to the property.
Is the one that directly south of you has a 0 lot line, it looks like?
Yeah, the original carriage house, which is our rental right now on our
That's-
property, is a 0 lot line, but again, it's non-contributing. I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we just want to, they dinged me for it recently too, so just make sure you say it.
Okay.
Just want to,
And a
everything
lot
they
of-
said.
Well, and
And
frankly,
all of those garages that I showed
Or 0
are
lot.
of similar kind of typology
Yeah,
Right.
are 0 lot line.
yeah, I
right.
think what I'm saying is just make sure you have a comment in it, because they'll ask for it, because I just had to do the same thing, so.
Thank you.
Who's
Okay.
they are you referring to, Rachel?
PRS and us. Me on this on board, but I wasn't presenting, so I couldn't say things.
I think,
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you guys, I don't mention, things that aren't contributing, and they shouldn't be as examples,
agree.
just to not to be pedantic or anything, but
I know, I agree. But we have to play the
just
game.
helps the process.
Which game
If
is
you get-
that,
If you get us to approve the lot
architecture
line
permit
and you get us
game.
to approve,
do you guys see, I mean, we're here because, I understand the system and it's always nice to do a courtesy review. Do you see any issue with this?
no,
I
I
don't.
don't.
No.
All right.
I mean,
all
The-
me.
I'm
the
saying
only
my
a-
opinion. I guess I'll ask everybody else. Rachel and Lou. Lou and myself is right around the corner from us. And Greg,
I
you
think
guys.
the only thing that I had a question on was, I didn't see the material called out on the handrail. I don't think it's a big deal, but it might come up.
I'll
and
have
you
all
do.
the materials, don't
Yeah.
worry.
Okay,
But it'll just
conceptually,
be a cold rolled steel 1 inch
yeah.
yeah,
section.
Yeah.
I mean, I think what Bill was asking is, do we have any problem with the project conceptually, the way it's presented? And yeah, all the detail we just talked about, you need to do, but the height is good for me. And, having the garage door right up against the wall, we see that all sorts of places in the neighborhood, which you already brought up.
Well,
I
one
don't-
thing I was looking for was a comparison of the garage height to the contributing structure height.
It's way shorter than the contributing structure. It doesn't show in the
But-
drawing
I
here.
know. I'm just looking for a call out, a call out.
Yeah, I'll have the full drawing of the existing construction.
Right.
So,
Thank you.
And then, well, it doesn't, we don't, it's not my problem, but you're gonna then have to do curb cuts and all that other stuff to have a little kind of a driveway-ish sort
Yeah,
of
we'll have to
thing.
get a right of way permit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, I mean,
so,
yeah, Jim.
I mean, this is probably criminal to even ask, but on the north elevation of the home, you have a driveway going under a parapet
Mhm.
that looks like it wasn't really meant to be a driveway going under parapet, that was at one point in time something else, because they didn't have driveways off of main streets on the front of a home. Not to extort our approval to get rid of that, but I'm just kind of curious. You're not gonna start parking what you had parking there to
Are
park
you,
in the
are you
back.
talking about the carport to the
Yes.
side?
Yeah.
Oh, I understand. Okay.
So,
Yeah, as is, it fits one car comfortably,
okay,
one horse-drawn carriage comfortably.
yeah.
I'm not sure when it was added or if it was part of the original. But for a home of this size, having a single car,
No,
it
that's fine.
generally means that somebody will be parking on the street.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's just that we do have challenges with respect to people putting driveways in the front of their homes, like on University Boulevard and elsewhere, where we would really not like to see them. And this is an example where we'd really rather not see this driveway there, but there's no way to get rid of it at this point. But I just kind of wanted to point that out. So for some reason, I don't know why. I'm sorry to be such an asshole.
Well, there are, within a block of
Like
that house, there's other
department
driveways.
transportation or something?
Okay,
Main
all right.
Street.
Anyway, so I just had to. Okay, I'm done. So,
Okay.
looks great.
Don't take it
It looks
personal.
good. No, I mean, this is in the recording, it's just me just kind of blowing steam. So it looks great. And I can understand that. I mean, I just built a carport with Bill's help, and I just love it. And it's great to have that kind of space where you can get your vehicle off the road. So, and use it for other cool things. So,
Awesome.
All right.
All right.
Sounds
guys
good.
in
I
good
guess we'll
shape?
see you sometime soon. for a
Thanks.
full-
We'll see you.
Yep.
Yeah, hopefully next month.
oh, cool.
Awesome. Okay.
We'll see.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you, Krista.
Thank you
All
all.
right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Bill.
Bye.
Bye, Bill. Thank you.
Good seeing you all.
Okay, let's see if we can kind of knock out some other stuff here real quick. We're on item 5 on the agenda, information only. I know you guys talked about the design guides last month.
Oh, shoot, we lost Bill. Bill, I was in email traffic where Bill said there was a reference in our design guidelines that referenced the code that may not have been appropriate. Desiree, are you looped into that? And do we have to do anything with our design guidelines in reference to that whole thing? And I it's just top of the head. Let me go through my email and find out what the issue was that Bill was raising. And
You're saying there's an inconsistency with
It
the
was like
code?
was it like a height or a setback thing?
yeah, it was something that we were.
It was just the wrong code reference was called out, I
yeah,
believe.
that's it.
Oh, that could be.
Anyway.
Now we tried to correct all that stuff in the revision.
And I sent him our revised, our draft design guidelines, and he saw it there as well. So it's something that we need to perhaps chase down. And I'm sorry.
We have
that
an
I-
inconsistency. We should fix it.
yeah. So, but that being said, I thought we got through the Tucson Pima.
We're through everything. It's just
Okay.
it's the document itself You know,
Yeah.
we've talked about this a couple of times. We just,
Now we're
it needs to be turned into something that's readable
Right,
and,
okay.
and then have the figures reinserted into it, and then it goes
Right.
to mayor and council.
Okay.
So it
I
has been
sent-
approved. I thought
What's
the
that?
last time I didn't realize it'd been approved. I thought the last time we talked, it was needed to go one more time,
we're,
Oh,
but it is
No,
done.
as
It
of
is
the
done.
LAR from PRS, it's approved as Jim and
Okay,
Rick
cool.
presented it in March.
Yeah.
Okay.
in March.
It
Yeah.
was approved at their side. It's now just,
Okay. Well, and I
we
had
had
to
been
miss a few
asked.
meetings, so that makes
Yeah.
sense. I
Right.
probably missed.
Okay.
So
that.
we're,
so I guess I want to ask Desiree a question, you know, are you updating all of those code references across all design guides for the consistency?
Yes. Can you all hear me? Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, so I am reviewing the design guidelines. We have 3 different design guidelines that we're looking at currently. We are very busy right now and short-staffed, so I'm not done yet, but it is in staff's court. So that's my understanding pretty much for all of the design guidelines. The committees have and PRS have reviewed them, and we're just going to be finalizing, you know, anything like that. So hopefully I'll have a better update for you next time. But no real news at this point.
all right. So it's working its way through the system here. And I think probably, Lou, those of you who have seen the other design guides, and I know Rachel, you have and others, ours is probably the most comprehensive. So there's probably not inconsistencies on some code references in other design guides because they don't even mention them in the first place.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like we should probably pull out any code references if possible, just because they can change. And so it would make more sense to not have that in there. I don't know how often it's been a long time since I looked at the guidelines, since we
We-
edited everything.
We made references to paragraphs in the UDC that are at a level that doesn't really change that often.
Okay,
And they're just hot links to the top level of the appropriate part of the
Gotcha.
UDC. And then, you know, if the underlying code changes, it's still going to the same. They don't
like general.
change the structure of the UDC.
Okay,
right?
got it. Yeah.
That's what we
But
tried.
the other design guides are also kind of making references or at least expressly calling out the process steps, what is a minor review versus a major, where we just default and say that'll be up to the planning and development teams.
Yeah, and I don't think the other design guidelines should, I mean, that's up to, I'll let the city staff figure that out, but we do go back and say, look, you go back to the city, this reference in the city, and here's the process, and there's a process map in there.
Yeah,
that tells you
I
how
don't
to
think
do it.
that's something we should call out because
We-
it's very specific, like it's
Yeah.
already a UDC code, so it'd be redundant
Right.
for us to have it again.
Exactly. We just
Sure.
say, go look here, and that's where you find it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Desiree, anything else on that topic
No.
at this point? No. So we'll talk about it again next month. Item 6, staff updates. Desiree, any staff updates?
I don't have any big staff updates, but thank you to committee member Sarah for helping with some minor reviews, and we'll have more minor reviews coming. But yeah, I don't really have anything specific. We do have a new staff person starting July 21st, so hopefully your next meeting I'll be able to introduce the new historic preservation lead planner. That's all I have currently.
There's not any other minor reviews. You only sent me the one, right? Okay,
Yes.
I just wanna make
Yeah,
sure.
we do have others, but I
Okay,
haven't
yeah.
gotten there yet.
No, I've been busy and my sitter's out of town, so I was like, did I get everything she sent me?
Yes,
Yes,
thank
okay, good.
All right. And then future agenda items, Desiree?
Yes, let me pull up my spreadsheets. So these are all tentative because I need to ensure that we have all the materials that we need, but there are 3 reviews that we have tentatively scheduled for August 12th. So that's 701 East University, 515 East First Street, and 724 North 2nd Avenue. So
5:15 first, you said?
yes, actually, 724 North Second Avenue, that's the one we heard today. So I think that was just
Okay, so 701
go.
University and 5:15 first.
yes.
And then maybe if Bill is productive, he can get us 502 East Fourth, but we'll see.
Yeah, and there might be others, that are ready by then, but those are the two we have currently on the docket.
Okay, so we will have a meeting next month, looks like. All right. Okay. All right. With that, it is 7:23 p.m. and thank you all. We are adjourned.
Hi, everybody. Thanks, Rick. Thanks,
Yeah.
Desiree.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Adios.